Well, hello, this is Rochelle and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be testing out the Simon Hurley create stamping foams. They are by Ranger. They come in a 3 by 4.2 or 3 by 4.25 inch, which is about, let's do this in South African, 7.5 by 10.5, which theoretically is the perfect size to leave an equal border on all sides of a card. Okay, so stamping foam, why not just use stamps? Well, sometimes you don't get the same effect as what this will get you. So I'm not very big into every kind of other, how do I put it? That would be my cat eating my dog's food. Don't know what's up with that, but it's happening at this stage. So this will allow you to use all kinds of patterns like your stencils and your embossing folders, and even your stamps, your existing stamps, you can make into a kind of reverse image stamp. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 1 or 2 of those. So let's have a look, see how all of these are going to work. I have tested it out once with one of the embossing folders, so I'm going to be getting into it with you today, completely for the first time. Work best with, from what I can see, your dye type inks, so let's dive straight into it. I have got a few papers of this size, which is half a A5. Don't know what that size is. Let's measure, shall we? It's about 10.5 by 15, if we take it like that. So the whole idea and what you would need to do this is a heat tool. These are, or this specific one is a hot air gun. It's about 220 volts, 300 watts. So yes, it does get very hot. You would need that to melt kind of this foam that this is made of. So without talking more, let's do it, shall we? I'm going to start off with the embossing folder. See what that does. So you're going to heat it up for about 10 seconds, well, 20 seconds they say. Just heat it up properly. I should have started with my heat tool hot, but I didn't, so might have to do it slightly longer. The heat tools with the broader nozzle actually works better for this technique because you get more surface heated up. So the Ranger tool obviously is, I would say, the best one to do this with. So now that I've heated it up, I hope it's hot enough. Let's check. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to choose this side of it. And I'm going to push down a lot. Okay, I want that kind of hot surface to completely and evenly distribute with this embossing folder. So let's see if that's worked, and it has. Okay, so you can see on the edges where I haven't heated properly, there is kind of a, how would I call that? I don't know. Okay, so then I'm going to choose a distress color, and I think I'm going to choose this Seedless Preserves. If you know me at all, you know that I really don't like distress oxides very much, but yes, here's us going at it, shall we? So I'm putting the Seedless Reserves, and instead of stamping it on, I'm kind of rubbing it on, distributing that evenly. And then you can stamp directly, and I'm actually going to try stamping directly and show you what that means. I just use this old slice board to kind of give it an even press. My hands are not what it used to be. And there you go, I've got a stamped image. I can then go and try add water. So what they also do on this is add water to it. If I can find my water spritzer, just spritz a little bit of water on it, not close up but quite far. You really just want to kind of almost have a huff breath effect on it. So I'm gonna spritz and then stamp. I have seen them put the paper over on top of this stamping foam, which also works great. And then I have a more kind of oxidized, if you want to call it, stamping there. So I do like it a lot. I think it is really pretty. If you're a card maker, this would be perfect background. Have your sentiment over top. Bob's your uncle. So to kind of get that into the moldable place again, I'm going to just take a wet wipe, and actually a damp cloth would work better in my personal opinion. And I'm just going to wipe this off properly and get my fingers stained with the Seedless Preserves, because it likes to do that. If you know me, you know that that's an issue for me. Okay, so if I've got that off, squeak squeak, and then what you do is you kind of reset it by heating it up again. Now what I'm going to do for this, because I do want to try see what happens, is I'm going to try and put it back to its original kind of way, and then at the same time that it's hot, I'm going to try and get this this next image. Let's see where we will put it. I'm actually just going to put it onto this bottom one here. Okay, so let's see. So you can do it with stencils too, they say. I haven't tested it out yet. Let's do that. So again, they say 10 to 20 seconds, and you'll see it pop straight back into its original kind of form. And I'm going to, while it is hot now, I'm going to press it onto the new image, or the new stamp part that I want. Let's see if that works. I hope so. Push it down straight. I'm just using this slice, what do you call it, little glass plate, to make sure that it's a very straight surface that I have, and I can even probably turn it around and push down some more. Okay, so let's see if that worked. And it did! Wow, okay, that's pretty neat. Let's see the kind of stamp that gives you. I'm wondering. You could possibly, I'm sure you could kind of use a dauber or a blending tool. Let's see. I have the Essentials blending tools, and let me see if I can find some colors that match or whatever. Apply my ink on there. Remember that red and green will make brown, so I'm kind of just playing around, and then I'm going to get another little foam thingy to do some yellow or orange. So that's the fired brick. Let's go complete contrast and do fossilized amber for the little top here. Okay. Now, absolutely just testing, obviously, and I'm actually going to spritz my wet wipe to get some of the excess image off here. If that'll work, don't know. Let's see. Okay, getting some cardstock ready. Just gonna spritz it. And stamp it. I'm not gonna squish it down because I don't want so much of that negative kind of background in here. So I actually find that quite pretty. It's a completely different effect, and I'm just going to heat it up or dry my little image. I'm wondering if you fussy cut that a little, or kiss cut that a little, ghost cut, however you want to call it. I wonder if you do a little bit of a background. Trying this out. And if you then completely, I want to say, clean off this stamp that you've now created with a stencil, So if I then take some water, spritz it on, and then kind of dab it up with a wet wipe so that it's still wet, will it lift the color? Curious. Oh my, it does kind of sort of do that. So let's lift that up. That's kind of pretty. Heat it up. Now technically, because this is the square that we've used, we could obviously go in with those blending kind of ideas again, and I'm going to use the fossilized amber. Actually wanted to leave the leaves white, but okay. I did this wrong way around. I was supposed to do it that way around. But okay. Give it a spritz. Now I wonder if I can line it up. Well, even kind of a halo lineup will be still a lineup. Let me see. I do like that. Wow. Let me heat that up again. Or dry it up, should I say. So possibilities, and I mean, if you play around, obviously you'll be able to find quite a few more possibilities. Let us clean this off. I'm actually just going to turn this around. Squeak, squeak, they say. Okay, and then heat that back up to return it to its spot. But I'm gonna have my little lamps ready. And now the fun part is I can kind of set them out the way I would want them. I'm sure you could use a stamping tool for this as well. So create your little scene. Using a stamp set. Okay. So just heating it up again to return it to its normal state, but also to heat it up so that I can have this indented image. Let's see how it works. Heating it up for about 20 seconds. Trying to spread that heat as evenly as I can without burning stuff, including myself. Okay, let's go straight into it. Okay, I'm actually going to use this folder to just press it down evenly. My hands don't always press in as much as I would want. Okay, so there I've got my stamps. Not quite in the center, not the end of the world, just for demo purposes here on the channel. Okay, so this will then give you kind of a haloed effect. Let's just do it before we talk too much. Just trying to get most of the yellow off. Okay. And I really could go in straight with my pad, yeah. So just pushing that down, not spritzing it, just going straight in. And you've got kind of like a weird negative stamp there. I'm going to dry this just slightly. Because I used a lot of ink. So you don't have to use as much ink. And this is probably going to stay wet for quite a while, and I could probably even do a little offset there. You can see it kind of even went straight through. But I'm going to use that same one again to just see how that goes. And you can see even second generation stamping quite detailed. If you then want to take maybe a brush to activate that background even more, maybe. You can do that. So again, like I said, possibilities are quite endless here. You have options galore. Oh, I missed the stamp's little edge there. Okay, so not going to show it all the way, just giving you the idea. I wonder if you then stamp in that image, you'll probably get like a halo. I'm curious. Grabbing my VersaFine permanent ink here. So this is an archival ink, permanent. I like it. That's fun. Okay, so that's going to be an option 2. And then to return it to its same state, all you'll do is take your heat tool and heat it up after you've cleaned it up, of course. I'm just cleaning this stamp quick using some StazOn cleaner, and then I'm gonna just spritz this a little. Or a lot. And this is actually so much ink that you could very easily do quite a few backgrounds here. Just prep it. But anyways, there's that. I'm gonna just take a clean wet wipe, try and pick up some of the remaining color here, because this is a lot. So I think if I could find an ink that wouldn't stain my fingers so much as the dye inks that are distress oxides, or even the Dilutions inks that I have, all of those goodies will probably stain the heck out of my hands, which is my biggest issue. So let's return it. And you can see it just pops straight back into its natural state, or its original state. I would even go so far as to actually push it down onto a flat surface while it's hot to get that completely flat. And there you go. You can use it again and again and again and again. Lots of fun. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.